Football. It's America's favorite sport. But in recent years, people have become more concerned about the brain damage the game can cause. A UNC neuroscientist has called for some significant play changes to help protect the players from head injury. Eugene Robinson played pro ball for 16 seasons. He's had his bell rung more than once.
They're running back on the very first play. He kicks me right in the center head when I'm making a tackle, and I'm playing the game, and I have no idea that I'm playing the game. And I wake up with 128 on the clock, and I kept saying, hey, what's 128? What's 128? What's 128? And I'm talking to someone, what's 128? And I looked around and said, I'm in a football game.
Robinson's experience isn't unique. A recent study showed that 99% of deceased former NFL players whose families suspected brain damage did indeed have chronic traumatic encephalopathy, a brain disease caused by repetitive hits to the head. Neuroscientist Kevin Guskowitz, who's nationally known for his extensive research on sports-related concussions, says there's a specific play that heightens this risk of head injury.
In 2004, we started putting accelerometers in the helmets of our football players here at Carolina and began to answer a number of questions around concussion, one of which was what are the most dangerous play types in football, and the kickoff was probably the most dangerous play given that you have 11 players running at 11 players from large closing distances, and we saw a lot of high impact magnitude showing up on the accelerometers on that play.
Grant Cabell is a brain injury research coordinator at UNC. I caught up with him to find out just how these accelerometers work.
We'll put this accelerometer inside the player's helmet so it fits in there nice and snugly, and then this will sit right on top of the player's head while their helmet's on, like during the game. So it will make like contact with their scalp. That allows us then to collect head impact biomechanics data that allows us to run different analyses.
Guskowitz took these accelerometer findings to the NFL, convincing the competition committee to move the kickoff line from the 30 to the 35-yard line, which would increase the likelihood of a touchback, and to reduce the running start from 10 yards to only 5, minimizing the physics of a collision. The changes resulted in a near 50% reduction in concussions on the kickoff. Guskowitz thinks punts need to change too.
Possibly changing it such that there's no return and the punter can be strategic and punt it out of bounds, or wherever they catch it is where they start their possession. Some
have suggested banning kickoffs and punts entirely. UNC's running back Michael Carter isn't a fan of that idea.
I don't like that. I think it's kind of say stupid. Yeah, I think it's kind of stupid because, you know, special teams are a big part of the game.
To Carter's point, special teams are a big part of the game, and after all, players have these, right? Well, not so fast. Even with all the new technology, Guskowitz says a helmet isn't enough to prevent from head injury.
There is no such thing as a concussion-proof helmet. You put that helmet on the head and you hit something, you hit another object or an opposing player, and the brain is still going to slosh around inside the cranial cavity with or without a helmet on. So the equipment's gotten very good. We have to continue to modify behavior and teach kids and players of all age not to use their head as a weapon.
But this kind of teaching wasn't popular during Robinson's time.
That wasn't par for the course of me. I was hitting you right with my head. Boom, line you up, face you up, and I'll hit you right with my face, bam, lift you up, take you down the ground. That was how you did it.
Former NFL player Pete Metzelaars also wasn't aware of the seriousness of concussions when he was in high school, but is making sure the new generation of players is.
Anytime that a player gets a little lightheaded or dinged or whatever, you know, we got to keep them out. We got to go through a protocol. We learn more. As we learn more, we try to put people in better situations to protect the players at this level and all the way up.
Robinson and Metzelaars agree with the changes to the kickoff line, but not with the proposed punt changes. It's a safe bet most teals wouldn't want to give up plays like this either.
Are you kidding me?
But Robinson does say safety is a primary goal.
I would love for the game, which I grew up loving, to be the #1 sport, but I wanted to be the safest #1 sport.
It's a fascinating topic, how to keep the game safe while keeping it exciting.